What is going on, guys? It's One Shot, and the subject of today's video is going to be competitive Call of Duty in the new game Advanced Warfare. Now, the gameplay that you're watching right now, first off, is not mine. It is not my gameplay, so no copyright infringement intended. This is not my gameplay. But you are watching a hardpoint match on the map Riot. Now, the first thing immediately that I want to say about Advanced Warfare, competitive-wise, is since I just mentioned you're watching a hardpoint gameplay, I want to start talking about game modes right off the bat. Now, first off, as far as hardpoint goes, I think hardpoint is honestly my favorite game mode to ever enter the Call of Duty world, whether it be public match or competitive. But it is also my favorite competitive game mode that has ever been, because I think hardpoint is really a one of the biggest game modes that really tests skill, as well as, it's a very fast-paced game mode, and it's very fun to play and very intense. So that is one thing that I'm very excited about, is the return of Hardpoint as a competitive game mode. I'm very excited for that. Now, the other thing as far as game modes go is, I believe Capture the Flag has also been confirmed as a competitive game mode, and that is another one of my personal favorite competitive game modes, because that's not really test skill and strategy and communication amongst your team and everything like that. Capture the Flag is really a very strategic gameplay, or game mode, I meant, excuse me. And then there is, of course, going to be Search and Destroy, because I don't think a Call of Duty competitive without Search and Destroy as one of the game modes. Now, there's one thing that I've heard rumors about. I watched a few Nadeshot videos. I watched a few other videos about Advanced Warfare. Now, there is a rumor that there will be 5 total game modes in Call of Duty competitively, and the rumor has it that there will be the 3 that I mentioned already: Search and Destroy, Hardpoint, and Capture the Flag, as well as Domination, which has been another Call of Duty, so you guys know what that is. And then on top of that, there is going to be possibly Uplink, which will, if you guys know what Uplink is, if you don't know what Uplink is, I'm sorry. If you don't know what it is, basically, it's kind of like football, I guess you could say. That's the only way I could really explain it without putting anything on the screen, which I'm not going to right now. But there's a ball in the middle of the map. You pick up the ball, and if the ball is in your hands, you don't have a gun. So you're literally just a sitting duck, basically, if you get shot. But you do run very fast, and you do, I think, get a bit more health. But I'm not sure about that. But when you're running with the ball, you literally just see the ball in your hands. You're utterly defenseless, and you have to go to a goal and score to get the most points. And then obviously the team with the most points at the end of the match will win. Now, there's a few things with that game mode that do seem kind of cool. I know you can throw the ball, you can pass it to your teammates, you can even actually throw the ball at an enemy, and if you throw the ball at them, they will be forced to catch it, which will take their gun away, and then you can actually shoot them while they have the ball directly in their hands. So that is something that is going with Uplink. And then on top of that, there could be a possible best of 5 in competitive. That would be 5 different game modes. So let me know what you guys think about that, whether you think it's a good thing or bad thing. Now, the next thing I want to cover is score streaks. Now, I'm very excited to see score streaks returning in the game. I've always been more of a fan of score streaks than point streaks, because point streaks came in MW3. They also returned in Call of Duty Ghosts, but then score streaks made their debut in Black Ops 2, and I thought that was a bit more fair and balanced. Now, score streaks were also permitted in competitive gameplay, as you guys know, in Black Ops 2, but point streaks were not. They were not included in Modern Warfare 3, where they first came into the game, nor were they included in Call of Duty Ghosts. The only strike package you could use in competitive Call of Duty by Infinity Ward, which would be in Modern 3 and Call of Duty Ghosts, would be the Specialist strike package. Now, that just gives you extra perks, but I've always been more of a fan of using score streaks in competitive, because I think it's a lot cooler, and I think if you earn it, you should be able to deserve it and use it. So, if you get a lightning strike or a hellstorm, I think you should be able to use that in game, and that's always been something I like about the competitive game mode. Now, the next thing I want to cover is movement. Now I know that there's been a lot of controversy about, you know, jetpacking and dashing and all that, and I think it is going to be something that us can have to when the game first
comes out, and it's going to be something really to get used to. But I don't think it will be that much of a problem as long as they kind of dumb it down a little bit for the competitive world, which I hope they do. Now next is going to be, now this is probably the one that sparks the most controversy as far as competitive gaming will go in this game, and that's going to be, you know, the exosuit movement as far as like climbing walls and jetpacks and going invisible, and the melee where you can be up in the air, and if you guys don't know this, you can actually jetpack in the air. If someone's directly below you, you can press the melee button. If they are 100% directly below you, you will get the kill. But let's say they are slightly off and they're a little bit to the left or right or in front of you or whatever, you will actually damage them. So less in the air and someone below you, they're not quite below you, you press the melee button, you could probably get them, like, you know, to half health, or maybe even a little less. So that is, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but that is something that will be included in the game. And just so yeah, we're coming to the end of the video here. So the last thing I want to mention is the perks. Now the perks in the game, I don't know too much about them, but I know that there are a few perks that I'm concerned about. There is one that allows you to sprint, or no, excuse me, that one allows you to shoot while you sprint, and you can aim down sights while you sprint, I believe. I know you can shoot, I don't know if you can aim down sights, but that does concern me a bit. Just hopefully and the competitive esports rules will kind of disable some perks just like they did in Call of Duty Ghosts. You know, they might take that out of the game. They might remove some other stuff out of the game, like some movement or some stuff like that. So hopefully we will see that enter the game, because I would really not like to see some overpowered stuff in the game, and I wouldn't like to see any unbalance, especially in the competitive world, because we all know how much of a problem that is in like pub match and everything. Just as long as that doesn't enter the competitive world, I will be 100% fine with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Once again, it's not mine. But please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. This has been my thoughts on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare competitively. So please subscribe. It's been One Shot. See ya.